Welcome everyone to the inaugural Grazing in the Spotlight. My two guests here today, my wonderful distance VPs.
So my name is Zach Spears. I'm studying biomedical engineering, and I found out about it through, I think, the WIN network, just looking up sort of the clubs on campus, and just came across it and, loved running in high school and sort of wanted to continue in college, and then came to the first practice, and the rest is history.
Hi, my name's Wojnowski. I'm majoring in journalism and Spanish. And I found out about the track club through Allie Levin, the past distance VP, women's distance VP. She went to my high school, and she was my senior captain in high school when I was a freshman, so I was super close with her. I got to know her really well, and then when she came to Madison, she told me how wonderful track club was, so I knew I had to join.
So you both have been distance VPs for about a year now, coming up on a year.
Mm-hmm.
What's one thing that you would have liked to know going into it?
I would say my answer is how gratifying the experience has been, just because it's so cool to see students planning a club and putting it together and having so many cool events put together through with students, by students, if that makes sense. And not having a real adult, I guess, running it. It's we're all running it together, and I get to run it with my friends, which is super fun, and just people thanking me for doing things, and I'm oh, I thought I was just doing this for fun, but people really see the work that we put in.
Awesome. Building off of that, you as VPs kind of, lead practices and workouts and help people with their training. So how does the track club help people achieve their running goals?
Really, we take anyone from every level. If you haven't been to practice, you probably don't know what the structure is, but we do 2 workouts a week, long run on the weekends, and then the rest are just easy days, and we don't practice on Fridays, so you can hang out, do college stuff. But we have a coach who writes all of our workouts, and he's very high level. He ran in college as a sub 4-minute miler, and has done some amazing things after graduating, and very much knows the physiology and how to get runners to run fast. So he writes all of our workouts, and then we sort of follow that to a T and have different levels within those workouts. So if you're just starting running, you can run less miles, and if you're at that tip-top shape and been running since 7th grade, you can also do a different version, and you might have more intervals or more duration, and you can really push yourself every day and get faster.
So then you guys personally, when you really don't want to run, what is the motivation that gets you out there? What has kept you going for so many years running?
I feel like we're probably gonna have the same answer. It's the people in the club, and it's amazing going to practice and seeing all of your friends and all these people who love to run and love to push themselves and love to get a little bit better every day. And not everyone in life has those same aspirations and goals and sort of mindset. So being around those people who are similar to yourself is really cool and pushes you every day. And yeah, if I don't have sort of the club atmosphere, I don't know if I'd still be running right now.
Yeah, I totally agree. Zach was totally right that we would have the same answer. I feel like the group is really what gets me out. I have said this since my freshman year of high school, that the running community is the best community that I've surrounded myself with. They're just the nicest people. They are the most inspiring people. I've met so many amazing friends. I now live with a lot of them because they're all my best friends. So it's super cool to see them every day and be with them while also doing something that we all are extremely passionate about, and it really brings us together, which it's awesome. I love it so much.
So when you're running with the track club, long run or workout? Which one do you prefer?
Definitely long run. Just hanging out with the boys, putting in the miles, and just talking about what's going on in life. And it's at a pace where you can talk to each other. You don't have to kill yourself, and it can be a little bit less mentally draining. And on a Sunday, it feels good to wake up and get your day started and get those miles in.
Long runs Sunday mornings for the guys.
For the guys. Girls Saturday morning, 9 a.m. But for me, I actually am going to give the opposite answer. I would say workouts, just because for me, running, while I love it because of the community, it's also something that really helps me mentally. So I know when I'm having a really stressful day or a really long day at school, a workout always kind of gets that crap and angst out of me. So I always feel a lot better after a workout, and being able to, it's a lot more motivating to do workouts with my friends than it is to do by myself. So going to practice and doing a workout with a group is just so much more motivating, and it makes me want to do it even more. And then, like I said, it also makes me feel better personally. So I would actually say workout, not to go opposite.
That's a good answer.
So, and off of that, favorite long run route, favorite workout?
I'd say going down in the arb. You can't really
Yeah.
go wrong with going out and doing sort of the arb loop. It's always pretty, especially like this time of year when it's the fall and all the leaves are pretty colored.
I would actually go with, I'm like a longer distance like person for sure. So like the tempos are usually more my rhythm there, which I guess would be usually bike path. But otherwise, we are very lucky to have access to McClimmon. They like let us use it every Thursday. We do have to pay for it, but it's nice that they even let us do that. So the ability to go on the Badger track is really cool, and we get to do some really cool workouts there. So I would say McClimmon or Tempo would be my workout rhythm. Matthew Silling would say bike path.
What time of day? Morning, midday, evening, or night run? Not counting practice. If you don't have practice that day, and your schedule is freed up, so you can do it whenever you want.
Sheesh.
What is your preferred time of day to run?
I'm morning run all the way if we can. I think like when I'm alone running, I always prefer morning because I'm like, I just want to get it done. Like I want to get out of the way so I can get the rest of my work done. And I feel like I'm a lot more productive. But then going back to the community of running and like the Wisconsin Track Club, I don't mind meeting in the afternoon because I know I get to see some of my favorite people. So it makes it worth it to run in the evening for me now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So then you're doing all this running, and you've been running for so long. Do you have any bad injuries in your past or any nagging injuries? And then what is your best tip to help avoid it?
In high school, I had a pretty bad like calf injury. And I notice when I'm like pushing it too much now even, or like not stretching enough, it kind of comes back and bothers me a little bit. So, I mean, like stretching is always the recommended. I know it's really hard as college students, like to already make time for running, then to make time for recovery, but it is really important.
So do you have a favorite race that we've done so far this year in the cross country season? Any meets to stick out?
Oh, I've got my answer.
Fire away.
I will echo Allie Levin if she's watching this. She said she loved Jean Davis, and I did not do it till this year, and I absolutely love that course. It was like the perfect of like rolling, a couple rolling hills, but primarily flat. I'm usually more of a hill girl, and I usually excel, so this was a little bit surprising
You're
that
a
I
hill
like
girl.
this. Yeah,
Okay.
usually.
Okay.
But I like in high school, my PR course was like one of the hilliest courses for like my 5K. But now it's the flatter one, but I really liked that course. Otherwise, Roy Griak was a super cool experience just because of like the energy, because there are D1 races going on and there's so many people cheering. So I'd say those two, but if I had to pick, Jean Davis was my favorite by far.
I hear that Jean Davis, it's a good neighborhood.
It's good. Yeah,
Yep.
the locals are quite nice. We really like them.
I'm gonna say the exact same thing. Jean Davis was
You
beautiful
would
outside, and I got to run with a beautiful young gentleman right here. And we had a good race together, and then
Good half of a race together.
half a race. We parted our ways,
Yeah.
but it was a mutual
It was
agreed upon.
It was a mutual
Yeah, it was
mutual separation.
no bad blood.
No bad blood.
But yeah, it was just beautiful outside. It was
They
a fast
hate each
course,
other.
and it was easy to run. Good times, and a lot of people PR'd, which was cool to see.
Yeah.
So when it is getting colder outside,
Unfortunately.
and when it gets colder, are you a treadmill person, or are you going to stick it outside no matter what?
No treadmill.
Treadmills are the worst thing ever created.
I don't know how people do that.
I feel so alone.
Ew.
Are you a treadmill
I'm a
person?
treadmill person.
Ew.
If it's cold
No.
outside, I will set up my little phone and have my little TV show, and I will
Girl,
watch
no.
while I run on the treadmill, and it
I
makes
have-
it bearable.
I have like Raynaud's. If you don't know what that means, my fingers turn like white if I get really cold, and I will still be out there, layers on, ready to go. Cause I have like the feeling of then coming home, having a hot shower, having a good meal. I just feel I'm
Fuzzy
I'm so
bed.
accomplished. Like I feel so good. Treadmill, so stuffy, so sad.
Yeah.
Not my vibe.
Yeah, let's twist this around. Can you speak a little bit more about your treadmill experience and sort of what tipped you towards the edge towards being a treadmill guy? 'Cause I feel like no one starts as that. It sort of takes a traumatic life
Okay,
event.
journalism major. Okay.
I just hate the cold, and
He said what he said.
I said what I said.
My drop.
That's really all I got. I just hate the cold.
Say no more.
Consider layers. Just that doesn't work for you.
He's not.
Consider the indoors.
considered.
We have the show.
Oh.
So then, after it's cold and it warms up again, imagine you're a sprinter slash field. If you had
Yeah,
to do
respect.
a sprint or a field event, one sprint event and one field event, which ones would you do?
Oh my
So I've been working on my shot put. I did it last year at Nationals,
What did you place?
second to last.
Hey, second to last.
Not last.
There's almost only places to go from up. You could go down one place,
But statistically, I'm looking like
yeah,
I'm good for it.
most of the places you can go are up.
That was actually sort of fun to try sort of a different discipline because you can see improvements so quickly. And although compared to people who've been doing it since high school, I was not good from meet to meet. Even though I was just messing around and sort of not doing it as competitively as I was running, I was still trying to lift and trying to do a little bit better every single meet. It was sort of cool to see progression because you can see it so fast when you start out.
Mm-hmm. I would say running wise, I have always wanted to be good at the 400, but if anyone knows me, they know that I don't have a fast twitch muscle in my body, so I can't really do that. But if I could, I would.
Right. Yeah.
If I could, I would.
So, what is one event or social that every track club member should go to?
Oh my god, I think we're gonna have the same answer, which is kind of bogus.
You go first.
I think formal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
we should both have a follow up to that. Okay, but
I have a
formal.
follow-up.
Definitely. So we had last year. Oh, it was super cool. We had 2 formals. We had one in the fall and one in the spring, just because the year prior we didn't have one at all due to COVID. And both were super fun. And everyone always comes to that. It's always the busiest. Not busiest. That's not the right. The most attended social of the
we had 120
year.
people last year.
Yeah. So that's super fun. It's just good to see everyone in track club, even if you come once a week, you come every day. It's just good to have everyone together, and we do usually the videographer, photographer, or the secretary puts together a cool video, which is always really fun to just go through the season and relive those memories. But I feel we need to pick something different other than formal, so we don't have the same answer.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know what formal sort of entails, we rent out a couple school buses and we bus everyone to a local country club. We have a really nice
or
dinner.
venue.
Or a venue. Yeah, and everyone's dressed up. We have a really good dinner. A lot of speeches, a lot of awards,
Mm-hmm.
and then we all go back and sort of have a good time and sort of celebrate the season.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a night to remember for sure.
Yeah.
But outside of that, just sort of looking forward, we have Brenner. That one always goes incredibly hard. And,
clear your calendar for November. We don't tell you the date.
yeah, so you don't know the date, but you have to be ready.
I'm trying to think of the other one that I'd pick.
Well, what's in a week and a half, Ava?
Oh, probably Screamin' Acres. Screamin' Acres is really fun because we go to a haunted house and go through that, and I personally get extremely scared, but it's fun to hang out with everyone and kind of go through that traumatic experience together. That was our answers. Next question.
Could you answer that one?
I'll speak to it.
He'll speak to it. Speak your truth.
I'll say Milk Mile.
I was hoping someone would say
because it's just such a different experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different take on running.
Yeah.
You've done the same kind of running for so long.
So true.
And now you can push yourself in a new way.
A little spice in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something. May I add something?
Oh, speak.
Okay, sorry, I don't want to
You go,
ruin
girl.
the vibes. But another I guess this isn't a social, but a tradition that I have grown to really love is we did it the past 2 years. Just COVID year, it didn't happen, but whatever. We did the time trial right at the beginning of the season, and right after that, we jump into Lake Mendota. And I don't know why, but that just is something that is so fun for me, and it's so cool, and it's nice to cool off after a fun time trial that kicked off the season.
Yeah.
That's just something I wanted to add. I don't know.
It very much is peak Madison.
Yeah.
You see all these freshmen who don't know the campus, and you take them on a race course throughout a little bit of the campus, sort of away, but then we take them, out to the docks and we jump off, and everyone's outside and having a good time, and there's music.
Yeah.
And it's a nice day, and you get to go swimming.
And I've talked to freshmen after, and they were like, that was so fun when we jumped in the lake after, and I just it makes me so happy to hear that they that's their memory they have with it, and they're happy about it. So that was my addition.
That's a good addition.
Sorry, girl. Next
such a good
next
addition.
cue. I'm ready for it.
If you were forced to sum up track club in 3 words, what would your 3 words be?
Lit, crazy.
No!
goofy.
Okay, ignore that cringe response. I would say, oh my god, this is really hard.
It's not gonna be as good as a response. You already know. You can't beat it.
I'll let the viewers decide.
Answer the poll in the comments below.
Answer the poll. Like and subscribe. No. I would say motivating, inspiring, and I'm trying to think of a better word for fun, because fun is such a vanilla word. But like, think of fun times like 10. Look up that word in the dictionary. That's the word that I'm thinking of.
Which one's that?
I only know.
Fun to the 10th power.
I know.
Wait,
to the 10th power?
To the 10th power.
Oh, shit. That's
Yeah.
different than
Sorry,
times
I
10.
know I changed my mind.
Okay.
I knew that. Someone's gonna say I didn't know that in the comments. I knew it. I just changed my mind.
Do you have anything that you want to add about track club or your running or anything at all?
Just keep on getting other people to come out. You know, if you have friends that are even remotely interested in running, have them come to practice. You know, help them meet everyone. And oftentimes people then stick if they know at least one person. And if you see someone new at practice, make sure you talk to them. Because those first couple days that people are at practice, that's sort of when it decides whether they're going to, come back or not, and whether they're going to, enjoy it going forward. So that's my biggest thing. And then I guess elections are coming up. So if you're running for something and you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask any of the board members. We're happy to talk about the club and all the great experiences we've had. Yeah. Thanks for everything.
Yeah. Oh my god. I just love the club. And like I said, I've made my best friends in this club. So I don't really have much to add other than that.
And now, after that beautiful interview concluded, it's time for the first inaugural couch hug. So what we're going to do is every time I do this, I'm going to have a guest on, and then the guest and I will chug a glass of milk at the end of the interview. And we will keep a running tally, or a running leaderboard. Chugging leaderboard, some might say, to see who the fastest chuggers in the Wisconsin Track Club are.
3, 2, 1, go.
Dang.
You go, girl. Anything you want to say about that experience?
That was wonderful. Good race, sir. Good race.
Ready for practice?
So ready.
For the viewers at home, practice is in 15, 20 minutes. And if we throw up, we'll know what.
We will update.
Yeah, we'll update.
All right, well, good race again, sir. I got a little demolished there. Next guest, I will beat you. That is my promise. Actually, not a real promise. I promise. Thank you both for coming on. I'll shake your hand again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Thank you, man.
Of course.
I don't know who's coming on next. If you want to come on
I
next,
think
let me
your
know.
heads are cut.
Our heads are definitely cut off. Thus concludes the first inaugural Grazing in the Spotlight. Double high five. Credits.
Cut!
So excited for practice.